Falcons training camp started on Thursday and they are officially back to work, back to the grind, back to getting ready for this brand new 2025 NFL season. And I'm telling y'all, I'm really excited because I think this team has what it takes to push them over the edge and get them to that playoff push and possibly a Super Bowl. Now, just from the video that I've seen from Flowery Branch, the fans showed up for real. Like, I think they said there were over 5,000 people out there, or at least 5,000 tickets sold. Either way, that hill was packed on Thursday and this morning. And of course, you know, they have the Sunday practice and they also have some practices coming up after that. But the fans are excited. If that should tell you anything about how the Falcon season is about to go, is that the fans can feel it and they can sense the youth, they can sense the energy, and they can sense that there's like a tide changing in the city. Now, of course, Michael Penix Jr. out there doing Michael Penix Jr. things, throwing the ball around, getting the ball to his receivers. The wide receivers were also out there putting in work. Drake London, notably one of them. Today was kind of rough. This Saturday, they said he was dropping a lot of balls and stuff like that, but I don't think that's anything indicative of his play style or his play so far. He just had a bad day. And as you all know, DJ Chark signed with us, and it's not because of Darnell Mooney's injury or, you know, whatever, he maybe have like a bruised shoulder or something. But Thursday he went down because he was diving for a catch. Mike Hughes was defending the play, and I guess he came down kind of hard. So they just decided to pull the plug. We're not going to play Darnell anymore this season, which is great. Put him in some bubble wrap, sit him down, let him heal. We'll see you week one. And the unlikely star of the show for these last couple of days have been Kyle Pitts. Now, I made videos about Kyle Pitts in the past saying there's nothing wrong with him. He just got to get in the right system. They got to get him the ball. And Kyle Pitts was having him a day Thursday. And when I say a day, I mean a day. Michael Penix was dishing him the ball and stuff like that. He was moving around, talking with the fans and stuff. But in Michael Penix' presser from that Thursday practice, first thing he said when he got up to that podium was, yeah, y'all saw how I was getting that ball to Kyle Pitts, huh? You're going to be seeing a lot of that this season. That's amazing. That's what I want to hear. And like I told y'all in the past, Kyle is on his sixth quarterback. So naturally, he has to gel with people. He has to figure out what they want him to do. But I feel like with Michael Penix, there's a different type of energy. Never underestimate youth. Now, I know a lot of coaches, they like to play veterans. They like to put veterans in the leader spot, and that's natural. They've been playing longer. But don't underestimate youth. We have a team full of youthful players, from the quarterback to the wide receivers, the tight end, even on defense. And when you have that infectious energy around, it rubs off on the veterans and vice versa. And then you'll end up with a team that was looking like our 2016 team that went to the Super Bowl. Overall, the offense looked good. It looked like they was out there having fun. And I like the fact that even outside of football, they all kind of hang out and, you know, do stuff together, whether it's playing golf or playing video games. You like to see those relationships being developed. Now let's get on to the defensive side of things. Now, what I've been hearing from the defense and also have been seeing from the videos that have been leaked from, you know, the practices and stuff like that, the defense is getting after it. I'm hearing stories about how the edge rushers are getting to people. I'm hearing about how Rook is getting through the middle, you know, bringing that pressure. I'm hearing how they flying around in the backfield making moves. And again, you have that youth on that defensive side mixed in with the veterans. You have your Jalen Walker. You have your James Pierce Jr. You have your Billy Bowmans. You have your Xavier Watts. And I feel like those were the right pieces they needed, because with the veterans we already got, they just going to learn from them and it's just going to rub off. And you want your defense flying around, and that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear our defense was getting after it. I wanted to hear our defense was getting after Michael Penix, making him uncomfortable in the pocket, making a move, because if they doing that with Penix, they gonna do it to our opponents. So I'm looking forward to that. But nothing really newsworthy other than what you already know. The Falcons are gearing up to get ready to get back into this football mode, man. And you know, the preseason game is on the 8th, which is a Friday. I know that's gonna be packed. Fans are going to show up for that, just like they showed up for the open practices and stuff like that. But this season is going to be special. Now, yes, there will be hiccups. There will be bumps in the road. There will be mistakes made, because that's just life, right? It's going to happen. But I feel like the city is ready to have fun again. Last year, the fans couldn't be there to see him practice. The other years, you know, you had your Desmond Ritters, your Marcus Mariotas, and even Kirk Cousins to a certain extent. But the fans sense something in this team that I feel like they haven't felt in a while. And of course, I'm gonna always keep going back to the youth movement. That's what it is. Arthur Blank even said that today in his presser, where he was pretty much saying, he recognizes that, this team is very youthful right now. And when you have that youthful energy, a lot of times you can overshoot, because just like how you was when you was 12, 13 years old, you probably thought you could do more than you actually could. But sometimes you need that belief. Sometimes you believe that you need that youthful, fiery spirit in your team to be infectious and rub off on everybody else, because I'm telling you, we sense it. And just like the Dirty Birds nest at Mercedes-Benz Stadium when it's rocking back and forth, we're ready to bring that to the Atlanta Falcons every single week. That's what we want. And I feel like with Michael Penix at the helm, with him having this kind of bravado, not cockiness, just a silent bravado about himself, he's pretty much gonna bring that college style atmosphere to the Benz, to where, yes, it's gonna be a party every week, especially if we putting up fights and we actually going out there competing. And you got to think, Georgia, it's a football state, you know what I mean? And you have a Georgia player on our team in Jalen Walker. That's going to bring some Georgia fans down to possibly want to watch some games with the Falcons, right? So now you have that college crowd mixing in, and I'm telling y'all, if this team gets off to a hot start, which I think they will, I think game one, they're going to make a statement. I truly believe that. Man, we could really do some special things, because any given Sunday, right? And I know I said Super Bowl in the beginning, but any given Sunday, anything can happen. You know what I mean? And once you get into the playoffs, come on now. You got a QB who has experience under those bright lights. Last year, the Washington playoff game on the line, 4th down, Kyle Pitts, touchdown. That show you right there that he got balls of steel. That show you that he's ready to lead this team. So getting a full season under his belt, getting the walkthroughs, the OTAs, getting all that under his belt, and then starting the season fresh, we definitely gonna see some special things from this Atlanta Falcons team. And I personally cannot wait, because I've been waiting for years for us to finally put it together. I felt like all of these years they were just kind of building and building towards something, and sometimes it could feel, a little unmotivating when you go into a season and you don't see it right there. But I see what Terry's been doing. I see the vision, and it's definitely clear now. So definitely gonna be a great season, and I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, man, it's the kid Ríez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.